Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome into the Dome Gymnasium as the Rams welcome the Rams of Columbia International. Hello, everybody. Bailey Engel here. Glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield with a tough loss a couple of nights ago, welcoming the number 23 team in the country, and Bryan and Bluefield was very tough against the Lions coming from Dayton, Tennessee. Courtney Kendrick really leading the way for Bluefield, and the Rams also found a way to shoot the ball beyond the arc for the first time this season consistently. So right now, Bluefield College is 2-5 with a 1-2 record in the AAC, going up against a Columbia International team that is currently looking for their first win. Right now, 0-3, all conference losses, and they put out a starting lineup that looks like this. Larissa Lee, the guard from North Lauderdale, Florida, joined by Kenia Watkins, the guard from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Amia Stone Johnson, another guard from Duluth, Georgia, joined by Renee Carter, as well as Lakeland Malovich, the center from Irmo, South Carolina. As for Bluefield, going with a lineup that will include Danae Cox, the senior guard from Richmond, Virginia. Her family made it up to the Dome today as Sierra Cook will join her, the sophomore, in a brand new addition for Bluefield this season. Tiana Crockett, a sophomore from Wytheville, Virginia, also looked to be in a bit of a rhythm a few days ago as she was shooting the ball well against the Bryan College Lions. But Courtney Kendrick, we saw in that first game against Bluefield State where she was struggling a bit, but then really found her stroke against Bryan College. Unfortunately, though, the Lions were able to fight back right there at the end. And then Kiera Bellanier, senior, also from Verona High School, just like Danae Cox, ready to play here in Bluefield. Rams wearing the white, and Columbia International, also the Rams, wearing the navy blue jerseys with the yellow letters and numbers. Temple Elmore, the head coach of this team from South Carolina, and then for Bluefield, Corey Mullins in his 5th season. Ball is in the air and tipped right back to Cook for Bluefield. So for the Rams, get started early. Just have to make sure the communication is there on offense and finding the open shots without trying to force anything. That zone again. Kendrick hits it from mid-range. Down the baseline, already a solid start. Now taking the ball up for CIU, it will be Stone Johnson. On the drive. Here's Lee. CIU still looking for that first win. Rams have gotten close as that ball is picked away. Cook put her hand down, and Danae Cox races to the basket and converts. Good start for Bluefield, already forcing a turnover against a team without a win this year. There's Watkins, a guard from Chattanooga, Tennessee, hands it off to Lee. Rams setting up in a zone again. CIU not really trying to penetrate. Now they will. Lee misses a mid-range. So it's pulled down by Bellanier. Clock is down to 8:37. Danae Cox thought about a three. Found Kendrick. Missed from the elbow. Bellanier storming out of nowhere for the offensive board, but she can't dialogue, or rather throw that ball over to Danae Cox. Another missed shot. Watkins on the second try, she airballed it. CIU has looked ugly early. Rams really did have this place rocking. The entire student section was here a couple of days ago when they welcomed that team from Bryan. Ranked squad, and the Rams really hung with them. Crockett found the ball and draws a foul. With 7:58 left to go in the first quarter. That'll go on Renee Carter. And they'll say it wasn't a shooting foul. She was going up to pass. Cook will inbounds. The Rams have had a couple of devastating losses, went double overtime against Point, and Bryan was able to beat them by 7. Danae Cox tries a triple. Offensive rebound. Crockett bricked it off of the window. Really just chucked it up as hard as she could. Watkins, what a carry, lost the ball. Cherry picking Belle Lanier, 2-on-1. Danae Cox uses the window to her advantage. Already has 4 points, Kendrick with the other 2. Rams zone defense has presented some problems to CIU. Swinging around. Lee rattles it home. First basket of the game. It took nearly 3 minutes for CIU to find a basket. Crockett lost the ball again. There's a fight for it, and Crockett came up. Kendrick along 2. Just a bit wide to the left. On the break, Johnson. Watkins, a hard head fake, but got to give it to the Rams where Belle Lanier actually stepping up towards the top of the key rather than playing down in the low post. Courtney Kendrick is there on the left block. Matched up, Watkins tries Belle Lanier and misses. 6:20 on the clock. Here's Sierra Cook. Good pass, Danae Cox. There goes the double team, though. A great job by CIU to isolate that shooter. Good pass to Belle Lanier. Misses the layup. Fought for the rebound and gets hacked on the shot. Oh, if you asked Corey Mullins a couple of days ago, with that game against Bryan, you'll notice that Bluefield will present those opportunities for themselves and find the open shots down low, but then they just miss the easy layups. So now Belle Lanier, left-handed shooter, and missed the first one. Substitution, Jordan Spruill coming in. Watkins off for CIU. Misses both. That was a turning point in the game against Bryan. Rams could not hit the free throws consistently. Back around, Spruill. Free throw line shot. Well, it wasn't pretty, but it went through the net. They've scored 5 unanswered. Rams only leading by 1 after scoring the first 6 points of the game. Telegraphed that pass, it's picked away. Rams providing pressure in the backcourt, but CIU will gallop across the timeline. Under 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Another turnover, and Bluefield gets the ball right back. Timeout called by Corey Mullins. We are 5 minutes and 18 seconds away from the end of the first quarter, and the Rams lead by 1. After the Corey Mullins timeout, Rams looking to get back to an offensive, consistent manner. After scoring the first 6 points of the game, now CIU has climbed back. Crockett swings it down to Kendrick. Dangerous pass to Belle Lanier, and she's hacked in the process. That's going to be on Stone Johnson. Third team foul for CIU, and the first for her. Rams not yet in the books with a foul. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Good defense from CIU, though. Crockett steps into a 3. Yes! 9-5, the scoreless drought ends on the 3 from the sophomore. And they lob the ball in there. Carter now, head fake. Top of the key, hard drive from Sproul. Boy, she muscled that shot up. Watkins came out of nowhere to get it, but toe tapped down the baseline and stepped out of bounds. Another turnover. .420 left in the first period of play. Crockett, why not? Air ball. So a 4-point lead for the Rams. That stops it at 4-10. Hasn't been a lot of lobs down low. There have been mismatches as there's a travel right there. Boy, Carter has the size to match up against Crockett, but well, the point guards haven't thrown the ball into the low post. 3:48, Rams leading by 4 over Columbia International. Crockett's had it consistently on the left wing. What a pass, and finds Courtney Kendrick. Great job by Crockett going in, drawing defenders, and allowing Courtney Kendrick to remain wide open in the corner. Right back up to a 6-point lead for the Rams. Marissa Lee, Sproul, almost rattled in, and Kendrick put up 2 hands for the rebound. 3:10 on the clock. Danae Cox streaking down the floor. Cox under pressure, back iron. Crockett snatches a board. Bluefield resets, and Crockett fires another. Another 3-point missed, and Larissa Lee rebounded the ball for CIU. No good. Morgan Buchanan into the game for the first time. Rams trying to move quickly. 2:40. Cook meandering her way into the paint. And a foul is called on the push. That'll be the team's 4th. So it will be a baseline pass coming up. Simone Frazier in. As well as Mazik. 2:37 on the clock. Rams leading by 6. Could it be 9? Just missed the ball, bounced up on top of the shot clock, and now to go right back to CIU. Bluefield not scared to shoot the 3 so far in this one. We'll see if Columbia International can find a way to get down low and hit a couple of shots. Bluefield has yet to send them to the free throw line. Mazik, reverse layup, somehow that went in. She just chucked it up from her hip. Kendrick, a head fake. Buchanan, out of a quadruple team, finds the open layup, and Kendrick can't hit it. Too excited, throws the ball away. Oh, it's 2-on-3. Watkins going straight up against Crockett after a crossover, just backed out. Buchanan had the right idea. 4 defenders were around her as an air ball is sailed by Frazier. And then dished the ball over to Kendrick, and the ball bounced out of the cup. 1.5 to go. Danae Cox, open triple. Swirls out again. Bluefield cannot catch a break here, only up by 4. Sproul, 1-on-1, drives into the lane. And that'll be a push-off called on Morgan Buchanan before the shot. That is the first foul on Bluefield in nearly 9 minutes of play. Carter re-enters. And a timeout called by Columbia International even after they sub people in. 1:16 left in the first quarter. Rams on top of the Rams by 4, Bluefield leading. Back into the game we go. Rams leading by 4, 11-7. Neither team can get anything done offensively so far in this one. It was about 3 minutes before CIU even hit their first basket of the game. Jamie Vest taking the ball up, giving Danae Cox as well as Sierra Cook a break. Rams with a shooter's look, and Cloninger on the right wing. Finds help at the top. Vest, the transfer from Concord. 55 seconds left in the first quarter, and the ball's tipped out of bounds off the hands of Johnson. 13 on the shot clock for Bluefield. Rams taking their time, trying to find the open shooter. Crockett from 12 feet. Back iron, loose ball. Buchanan with a wrestling move. They're going to call a foul. So Johnson goes into the books. That's the team's 5th foul, so Buchanan will go to the line for 2 shots. Gotta love the physicality there. First shot for the freshman, good. Gets the lead right back up to 5 for the Rams. By the way, that's the 2nd foul on Johnson. Missed the 2nd of 2. Ball is loose again. About an 8-second differential between game clock and shot clock. And CIU make a shot to possibly get them to double figures. Not on that one. Good rebound by Kendrick, ranging out to get it. Shot clock is off. Are the Rams going to click out the clock? And they will. Vest backing up. 15 seconds. Crockett splits. Nobody's there. 10 seconds now. Sproul. Euro step. Layup falls. 12-9 to score. 2 seconds. Vest tries to launch it from half court. Just short, and that is the end of the first quarter. Rams of the Bluefield variety leading by 3. It's 12-9. See if any. Second quarter we go. CIU down by 3. Rams up 12-9. An offensively slow quarter for both teams. Danae Cox back out onto the floor for the Rams. Struther in the low post for Bluefield as she D's up Carter, and Bellinier zooms in to get the board. If the Rams can push the pace, Turman also onto the floor for the first time. Vest tries and hits the 3 with the foul. Vest will go to the line to try to complete the 4-point play. What a terrible foul for Columbia International. That's the first one on Mazik. And she completes the 4-point play. Rams up by 7, their largest lead of the game. Rams bench getting into it now. Defense has been tough. Ten to shoot. Masick on a head fake. Now down to 7. Trawick. Right hand can't go. Put back nowhere close. That was on the top left corner of the backboard. Vest. A lob to Danae Cox. A bit too far. And she draws a foul on Masick. So a good job by the Bluefield shooting guard there to bump into someone. Second foul on Masick. Second team foul as well. Both of them have been on her. Minute and 5 seconds elapsed in the second quarter. Turman didn't want to take the 3. Strother finds Bellinier. Spin move, and a floater goes through the net. Dicing up the defense there down low. And a foul on the other end. That'll send Brittany Brown to the line. Foul on Turman. Bluefield's first foul as well as Turman's first foul. This is the first time Columbia International is going to the free throw line. We didn't see them do that all of the first quarter. And it goes right through. Second shot for Brown. Missed the second. Now here comes Jamie Vest. 8.5 minutes to go. Strother, an ugly layup. Turman came in to muscle away the rebound. Bluefield's done a good job of driving in, bringing in all the members of the zone, and then leaving somebody open. And Turman walked in the left wing. Spruill drives, slipped up, and it's a block called on Bellinier. So now here comes Spruill. Kind of an unorthodox shot. And it worked, though. Cook back into the game, as well as Kendrick. Rams leading by 7. Clock is stopped at 7:54 in the second quarter. It's both down to a 6-point game again. Rams out of a double team. Danae Cox. Missed in the ball. That's the second time that's happened. I don't believe I've seen that most of the year, where the ball will hit the rim and hit off of the shot clock. Of course, that's out of bounds, and it goes back to CIU. Good drive by Spruill, straight to the cup. Can't finish the layup. Carter's put back, no rim. Another offensive board. Her pass tipped back to her. Could not find any help. Ugly basketball, folks. Here comes Watkins, another missed layup. Strother on a break. Bluefield has numbers. Cook. The layup falls, but it's an offensive foul as Strother stormed into the lane. She picked up a foul. A CIU Rams defender sliding back with her feet set. Seven minutes flat before halftime. Trawick, a bounce pass towards the top. Brown. 10 to shoot. Out of a double team, blocked, and here comes Danae Cox. Zooming in the backcourt. Hard zip to Cook. Another offensive board for Bluefield. Strother wide open. Misses the three. Kendrick, another board. Cox, mid-range goes. 20 to 12, Rams leading by 8. .6:10 on the clock. Can CIU answer to find their first win of the year? That's a carry in the lane. Well, Watkins was arguing there, but she picked that ball up like a football and tried to spin back, cradling the ball into her body. .6 minutes. Rams trying to find some offensive consistency. Bell-in-air might be the player to do that. The layup hits the backboard, front of the rim, backboard again, and tickles the twine. 22 to 12, Rams leading by double digits for the first time in this game. Oh, lob down low. Trawick going up against Kendrick, but Crockett's the one with the block. And to add insult to injury, Trawick gets called with a foul. Halts the clock at 5 minutes and 35 seconds. First foul on Trawick, third team foul for CIU. Cook down to the floor. Kendrick pulls the trigger on a long two and misses the mark. 22 to 12, though, still the score. A little over 5 minutes remaining. One arm lob down low. Kendrick wasn't having any of that. Cherry picks to Bell-in-air, muscles to the cup, and misses the layup, but is fouled in the process. So the senior goes back to the line. She missed both of her free throws in the first quarter. And she nails that one. Up to an 11-point lead now. Tiana Scott into the game for the first time. And Bell-in-air perfect from the stripe in that trip. 12-point lead for the Rams. CIU has not been able to find an answer against this Bluefield defense as Kiara Austin is into the game. Another lob down low. They have confidence in Trawick, but the shot is short. 4:45 left before halftime. Good dish to Scott. Passes to Kendrick. Free throw line shot is right through. 26-12, Rams leading by 14. Another drive. 10 to shoot. Loose pass. Scott was right there. Hopes for help. Kendrick is down low. No numbers there. Kanika Howard almost tipped that ball straight up into the air, but instead it goes out onto the baseline. 4:07 on the clock right now. Rams up by 14. Bluefield getting it done from a variety of scorers. Danae Cox gets through the screen and is nailed down. That's a block called on Trawick. And we're going to take a quick break here. Danae Cox seems to be hurt. Welcome back, everybody. Danae Cox doesn't seem to be seriously injured, but she can't take her free throws, so Kendall Cloninger into the game as Danae Cox was able to walk off on her own accord. But now Cloninger, the North Carolina native, made it a 15-point lead. Let's see if she can make it 16. And she does. CIU trying to storm back, and the lob down low is way too far. Trying to target Frazier, and she hadn't even turned around. Bounces to Crockett, baseline three. Tipped into the hands of the shooter already. 3:40 left to go. Bellanier, tipped out, stolen away. Brown and Frazier on a break. Brown, what a carry straight to the cup. That's the play of the game for CIU. Cloninger, yes! From the far corner, the three-point specialist makes it a 17-point lead. Bluefield clicking on all cylinders. Brown, oof. Oh, it was almost over the backboard. Whistle, and I believe they restarted the shot clock, and it did not hit the rim. That was very obvious. So now the refs are trying to guesstimate here where the shot clock is going to be down to. Put it down to 21. And a new platoon for Bluefield coming in. Well, not really a full platoon, Buchanan and Turman. And they put the shot clock down all the way to 10. 2:49 on the game clock, though. Nine to shoot. CIU has no sense of urgency here. And the layup goes. See if they count that. That was a good streak to the basket from Quanika Howard, but no, call it on the floor. Second foul on Buchanan, fourth foul on Bluefield. Frazier, one-on-one with Buchanan, muscles up his shot and misses. 2 minutes, 35 seconds left. Cloninger, right wing three, too short. Now Buchanan is down, right back up though. CIU on a break, Spruill. Bricked that one off of the window and somehow it fell through the net. Two minutes flat. Hard pass down low. It's tipped out of bounds off the hands of CIU. Rams will have 13 seconds on the shot clock to do something with this possession. Missed the three. Under the basket. Tries to find an open shooter, and she missed. Had the right idea to go under the basket. Get the defenders off of her in the zone. 1 minute, 35 seconds left. Cloninger feeds Scott. No good from three. And a foul called on Strother. So we'll be on Strother. That's her second. And a timeout called by Corey Mullins. Rams in command here, up 31-16 with 1:23 left to go in the first half. So now a couple of shots at the line from Sproul. That's her first miss from the free throw line today. And she hit the second. Minute 23 left in this first half. Rams up by 14 points. Strother, good dish down low to Scott and just bumped into Frazier. Another ham-fisted attempt at a drive. And the mid-range drained from Johnson. 1 minute to play. 31-19. Cloninger. And CIU cut this down to just a 10-point lead on this possession. And a walk called on Johnson. Rams get the ball back with 45.3 seconds to go in the first half. About 15 seconds of difference between game clock and shot clock. So still a factor here. Bluefield has kind of stalled out on these last couple of possessions. Turman, dangerous pass to Cloninger. Buchanan can't score. And now the shot clock is off. Here's CIU. Quinnica Howard out of a quadruple team. Chucked the ball over the backboard. Had a great Euro step to get through all those defenders, but it literally did not touch the window. 15 seconds. Strother. Turman tries from three. Rattles away. 5 seconds now. Johnson carries and is fouled. Rams wanted that to be a clean tie-up, and it stops the clock with 3 seconds left. So now Johnson with a couple of shots. Stuffs it off the back iron. Missed again. Rebound Buchanan. And hurls it up. 31-19. That's our score after 2 quarters of play. Going to be back for a halftime update. But for now, Rams leading CIU 31-19. And here comes the men's teams ready to warm up for our second game of the evening. Still here at halftime between for Bluefield and Columbia International. Right now the Rams lead by 12. That's on their big performances so far from Courtney Kendrick leading the way for Bluefield with 9 total points, but it's really been a balanced scoring effort for the Rams. Kiara Bellinier with 5 points right behind her, and for Danae Cox, 6 points as she has been able to kind of battle out with some physical plays. We'll see if she comes back into the game. She was hit hard early on a foul by Trawick for Columbia International. On the other side, it's been all Jordan Sproul for this Columbia International team. They just need to find a way to galvanize points quickly and look for a way to shoot a little bit better. Right now, only shooting 22.6% from the field and 33% from 3. They've only taken 3 threes, while the Rams have chucked up 16 shots from beyond the arc. Got about a minute and a half before we continue into the second half. Bluefield on top 31-19. Now starting the second half, Rams leading 31-19, and right off of that, Tiana Crockett dribbled the ball out of bounds. Not a good start for Bluefield. At the CFCIU can cut down on their own turnovers and find a way to muscle up good-looking shots. They haven't had the best roll when they got down inside of the paint. Rams defense has been pretty solid, and for Corey Mullins, that's really the brand he's trying to build. Dish down low to Baker. Good head fake and gets fouled. That might be one of the better basketball plays for CIU. I think that's Carter. Clock is stopped at 9:35. Rams just searching for their 3rd win of the season. Had a couple of close games. Down to point and lost in 2 overtimes. Of course, speaking on Bluefield, Brian came here and the Rams played them pretty tight. Only lost that game by 7, a ranked team. Cook swatted away. Brown came in from nowhere and another steal. Got a full palm on that ball. Danae Cox shoots a 3, just nicks the front of the rim. Long pass down low to Sproul, out of a double team, hits the shot. 9-point game now. CIU has worked it back into single digits. Cox cuts in, 10 to shoot. Cook launches a tray and drills the shot. 34-22. First 3 of the night for Sierra Cook. Rams now 4 of 18. From beyond the arc. Bellanier found her rebound there. Wow, she worked for it. Clock is down to 8:05. Customary blow up of the amp for no reason. Cook stuffed. A tie-up call, though. Malovich forces it back to CIU. .7:45 on the clock. Defense for the Rams got a little soft on those first couple of possessions from CIU. Carter matched up with Crockett on that pivot again, an ugly shot. And Courtney Kendrick, ugly pass followed by that, and a kiss off the glass goes. That's Johnson using the square to her advantage. Oh, Kendrick. And kind of quiet since the first quarter. Tough bounce to Bellanier, swings top of the key. Crockett shoots, scores, but a 3-second violation called before that. So the shot will not count. Rams still operating with a 10-point lead and 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Another good lob. Malovich thought about the shot. Almost a walk there. Johnson needs help. Shot clock draining down. 10 seconds for Sproul and CIU to muscle up a shot, and she does, but it's too short. 6:40 on the clock. Cherry-picking effort. Cook draws contact and gets the ball to fall through on the floater. Danae Cox has the great foresight for Bluefield. When somebody is open in the front court, you better believe she's going to throw it down there to the open player for Bluefield. Brittany Brown, 6:15 on the clock. That Rams perimeter defense forcing Sproul to try to cut in, and now the possession arrow points to Bluefield after the tie-up. Kendrick. Kendrick again rattles it in. She's been open on the baseline for most of the game. Clock rolling down to 5 minutes, 40 seconds. Malovich draws pressure. Misses the shot. Kendrick's right there. Standing in at 6 foot, just a rebound machine. Danae Cox drawing contact, and that'll be a foul on Brittany Brown. First foul for CIU. Here's Cox, a head fake. Sierra Cook's wide open for the triple, her second of the third quarter. She was just parked at the top of the key, and a walk for Brittany Brown as she went over the timeline. Well, when Bellanier cut in, Cook was just wide open at the top of the key, called for the ball, and made the most of that possession. Timeout called by CIU, 41-24, Rams leading. Welcome back, everybody. Bluefield enjoying a 17-point lead with 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Danae Cox drawing some pressure off of her. Erin Crockett just trading the ball around. Cox Euro step, missed the shot, followed it though, and Danae Cox so physical, especially after she was trucked in the first half. Still not scared to dive out and get that ball. So it's a foul called on Brown, her second and a team second. Here's Sierra Cook. Already has hit a couple of threes. Bellinier. Cook again, finds Crockett. Corner three is true. 20-point lead for the Rams, 44-24. Rams are heating up from beyond the arc, and CIU has no answer for these quick passes around the zone. Sproul draws a foul, though, on Bellinier. Sproul, the leading scorer, and she is literally shooting the ball with one hand for 90% of that follow-through. Jamie Vest into the game. You remember she hit that 4-point play earlier on. That was back in the second quarter. We're in the third quarter now. 4:28 on the clock. And Sproul missed the second. 19-point lead, and the Concord transfer will take the ball up for the Rams, going left to right. Kendrick was wide open. Now a turnaround. Well, she was just off the mark. Carter bumping around on the sideline, going straight into the paint. A spin move, floater off the mark, and Kendrick comes back to get the rebound. Crockett. Cox. Boy, Bluefield is unstoppable from beyond the arc in this third quarter. 47-25. Another bad layup. Clock is down to 3:35. Long corner pass. Bellinier finds space and lays it in. 24-point lead for the Rams, almost doubling the score of CIU. 49-25. And it goes. Got a little help from the rim of the backboard, but Mazik makes it 49-27. Rams holding possession with 3 minutes left. Crockett. Bellinier. Mid-range is good. Rams have been able to practice against the zone so well because it's so similar to what they run as a team anyway. Stumble for Carter. It's going to be on the floor, though. And a foul on Courtney Kendrick with 2:34 left in the third. Substitutions all around. Turman, Struther, Cloninger all in. Jamie Vest, the only player to stand in right now. And Vest picks up the loose ball. 2.5 minutes to go. Long dish to Cloninger. Finds Turman, and the touch and go amounts to 2 points. Wasn't the best pass from Vest, but you have to give the credit to Cloninger as she was flying out of the court. Dished it right back into her forward teammate. 2:10 on the clock in the third quarter. Rams lead by 26 points. Here's Carter. Those tiny shots have been tough to hit. And a foul is called on Carter. The frustration just starting to open up. Minute 50. Cloninger a head fake. Gets the ball back. Layup can't go. And it tips the ball right back to Columbia International. Bluefield has to hit the road after this to go down to Georgia to play against Truett McConnell. Almost walked there. Long three. First three attempted by CIU in this half. Cloninger again. Buchanan storms in. Bad putback. Who will galvanize control? Struthers certainly didn't, but she's fouled. A minute 9 left. That's the third foul called on Jazik. And the shot goes for Struther. Now Struther, another new addition for Bluefield, a freshman from Edinburgh, North Carolina, or rather Edinburgh, Virginia. This is the second term and tips the ball out, and it's picked up by Buchanan. 1 minute flat to play in the third quarter. Struther, pump fakes. Turman tries from three. On the mark, but rattled away. Good pass down low to Frazier, and she just can't bring it in. Well, at one point in this quarter, Columbia International had fought it down to a 9-point game. Now it's a 27-point lead for the Rams. Cloninger trying to make it 30. Yes, ma'am. 57-27. What a run it's been for Bluefield. Frazier, though, puts it on the deck and lobs it in. Shot clock is off, 10 seconds now. Vest. Buchanan's layup is no good, 5 seconds. Sproul, down to 2. Jazik at the buzzer, no rim, and that is it for the first 3 quarters of play here in Bluefield. Rams lead by nearly 30. It's a 28-point lead, 57-29. 10 more minutes of this one when we come back.
Welcome back, everybody. 57-29. Rams leading in the fourth quarter.
It's been tough for CIU to get anything done offensively.
Rams defense has been that tough. Restarted to fall for Bluefield for the first time in the game.
Speaking of threes, Frazier attempts one. Ball's tipped out of bounds, going back to Bluefield. So barring a gigantic comeback here with 9:38 left to go, Bluefield will improve to 3-5 and 2-2 in the conference. And another stop for the scoreboard. That's only the second time that's happened tonight. Had to clear the fouls. 9:30 left. Into the game for the first time for Bluefield, Bailey Sheets, the freshman from Tazewell High School. Vest remains in the game. Bailey Sheets, too short on the mid-range. Turman tipped the ball off of Johnson, and Bluefield keeps it. Bad inbounds, tipped away. Johnson races onto the basket and loses it. 8:58 left to go in the game. We got the men's game for you right after this. Bluefield College still undefeated on the men's side. They're 4-0. Although they had a big road trip last night. They went to Rio Grande and won by 7 in Ohio. And they're playing back-to-back days. Vest, air ball, and a foul is called. Taylor Sutherland, two-sport athlete, also plays volleyball for Bluefield. And she missed the first. 8:39 left to go in this one. Second shot can't go. Buchanan swats it out of bounds, or rather Turman. And possession returns to CIU. So Columbia International, like I said, unless they storm back, it's a rough start to their year. Right now 0-3, as well as 0-3 in the conference as well. Spruill. Great carry straight through the lane. 8:20 left. Now down to a 26-point lead. Rams have led by as much as 30. Cloninger for three. You betcha, right through the net. Cloninger heating up. Frazier. Now they're trying the quick darting passes as well, but for CIU, those balls just aren't falling through. (60-31) the score. Sutherland feeds Vest, steps into a triple. Back iron. Another long pass, not connected. And A. Simmons picked it off. Pass to Turman. Wide open three for Sutherland, just to the right of the rim. Yes. Only calls it a 2, though. It's 60-33. That was for Kylie Walker of Columbia International. Simmons. Everybody on Bluefield right now, they just want to shoot the three. And especially in the third quarter, it certainly worked for him. Sutherland, open drive. Frazier thought she had the steal, but instead it will be a foul. And Sutherland goes to the line again. they didn't call it a shooting foul. Confusion by the referees there with 6:39 to play. Back to Vest. Rams just lobbing the ball around the perimeter. Who's going to take that last shot? Vest thought about it, 5 to shoot. Turman, turnaround. Free throw line jumper, no good. Long possession for Bluefield. Sproul, like a bull in a china shop, went straight through the lane and punched the ball off of the window. Oh, this really is a rock fight. Sproul has an open lane and finishes. Five and a half minutes. Rams trying to get their second win in the conference this year. Another steal, though. They're going to have to cut down on the turnovers if they want to beat a team like Truett. That's a hard place to play. Now Sproul going to the line. She's had an impressive game. Very physical, very fast. It's another free throw. And a timeout call by Corey Mullins. Rams leading by 23 with 5:15 left to go in this one, on their way to their second conference win of the season. Welcome back, everybody. Just a little over 5 minutes to play in this one. Rams confidently up 60-37. Some players in that normally don't get a lot of playing time. Hey, Simmons near the right wing. See if she gets the ball. Simmons, left-handed shooter. Off the mark, but how about Strother bringing that ball in? Brand new shot clock, but 4:50. Dermott, they want to get Simmons the ball. She cannot score. And a foul call. Sproul really has worked her way to the lane every time tonight. Or today, I should say. Got the men's game for you right after this. Columbia International fans want to stick around and watch the men's team. Bluefield looking to stay undefeated right now at 4-0. As for Bluefield College women, trying to make it 3-5 today. Turman. Lots of physicality. Bodies just flopping everywhere. And that is going to be an and one. Count it. And now, just like that, switch around. It is a charge. Offensive foul. That's the third one for Strother. Four minutes left. Frazier bumping in the lane and a foul. Rams were once up by 30. Now it's down to 20. Bluefield has fallen asleep. Sproul can't stick it back. Frazier muscles the ball right back into her own hands. That's it, down to an 18-point game with 3:50 left. Strother. Dermond swings it around the arc. Simmons, the floater, rolls home. 62-42, back to a 20-point lead with 3.5 minutes to play. All of these missed shots, this game really doesn't have that much of a flow to it. Tiana Scott commanding the floor for Bluefield. Cloninger, another three. And back to CIU. .305 left to play. CIU worked it down to as low as 18 points just a moment ago. Cloninger, cross-court lob, mid-range, off the mark for Strother. Under the basket and a foul is called. Now Sproul has worked her way to the free throw line for most of this game. So by and far the leading scorer for CIU. Rebound Sutherland. 2 minutes, 35 seconds. Good zip over to Simmons, a moonshot three, counted for the triple. Wide open down low, and finish out of a double team. Rolls out of bounds, and Larissa Lee can't convert on the three-pointer. Two minutes left. Scott, 10 to shoot. Simmons. Sutherland can't keep the ball up, and it goes to CIU. Turnovers all around. This has just been a quiet game from the start. Bluefield has dominated, especially in the third quarter. Led by as much as 30 points. Now it's right back to 20. Strother cuts and meanders her way for the layup. One minute, 10 seconds. Spruill. Gotta give her some sort of recognition for this game. So the Rams lead by 20 over CIU. Bluefield picking up a win before they go down to Georgia. 15 to shoot. Tiana Scott, ugly pass. 40 seconds and a foul. So that'll send Spruill to the line again. Back to the line, trying to make it a less than 20-point game. 40.1 seconds left. Goes in. Rams' first home game after that Truett McConnell contest will be at the Dome on November 28th. They get some time off for Thanksgiving as Spruill hits both. 10 seconds between game clock and shot clock. Sutherland steps into a triple and drains it from the far end. Shot clock is off, 70 to 49. Alovich. Yet another foul. Gotta give it to Bluefield for continuing to be physical. Right through. 15 seconds left. Bluefield, see if they try to dribble it out. Nope. Simmons tries another three. 4 seconds now. Shot is no good, and that is it for the women's game. Rams win it over CIU, 70 to 52, and are right now 3-5 on the season and 2-2 in the AAC. Columbia International now off to an 0-4 start, but we are ready for the men's game in just about 15 to 20 minutes. Bluefield College and Columbia International will square off in a men's contest. But as for now, tying a bow on this one, Bluefield picks up the win, 70 to 52.